Good afternoon. This is Lewis, and welcome to day 2 of the series titled You Are What You Think, Cognitive Solutions for Everyday Problems. So what's the goal for today? The goal for today is understanding how important it is to identify the problem and the goal when things happen that we don't want to happen. When we start feeling things that we don't want to feel. Depression, anxiety, stress. They cause us to do very reckless things. For some of us, we deal with these emotions by doing drugs. For others, we deal with these emotions by going over shopping and spending all our money. For some of us, we deal with these emotions by oversleeping, just shutting down, not doing anything for the rest of the day. Now, all these things, what they do is they give temporary relief. They numb up the feelings, but then the feelings come back. And as we mentioned, CBT, what it teaches is that we can find answers to our problems from the inside out. Rather than looking for outside answers, we can change the way we think. So the first part of being able to deal with these strong emotions that cause us to do reckless things is to be able to identify what the problem is and what the solution is, what the goal is. So here's an example. Let's say if you're having an argument with your coworker, or you're having an argument with your spouse. We'll do that. Argument with your spouse. Normally, the way you deal with that conflict, with those emotions that pop up that we don't like, is you either run out of the house, or you start screaming at each other, or you call each other names. Something happens that's very reckless, and then afterwards, it actually gets worse. CBT teaches that at the very beginning, when you have something that you feel uncomfortable with, or something happens that you don't want, identifying the problem and the goal helps us deal with those emotions in a more positive way. So going back to that example, get in an argument. Identify the problem at the very beginning. The problem is we disagreed about something and we started yelling at each other. The goal is to be able to talk to each other in a very calm voice, to be able to problem solve and just kind of put this behind us, learn from it, and move forward. So we identified the problem and the goal. Now that we identified the goal, we can start doing things that align with that goal. So if we know that we want peace in the house, running out of the house or screaming at each other or throwing something is not going to get you closer to that goal. However, sitting down, talking about it, and trying to problem solve will. So you see, identifying the problem, the goal, gets you closer to that goal. Helps us deal with emotions that are uncomfortable or situations that are uncomfortable in a more positive way. There is something that's going to pop up in your screen right now, and those are a couple ones that I thought that a lot of us can relate to. And so I'll just say one and use an example to kind of explain it. So let's say if you're going through through financial problems, right? Going through financial problems, and then one day they start cutting your hours. Okay, what is the problem? They're cutting your hours, and you're already not making enough money. What is the goal? The goal is to be able to get more hours, get more money, get a raise potentially, and so you can pay the bills. Okay, so they start cutting your hours. The goal is to be able to get a raise and more hours. So a decision that might not be helpful at that point in time is to run into the boss's office and start screaming at them. The decision that will not get you to that goal is quitting a job or having a negative attitude. That will actually get you less. That will actually get you less hours. However, a decision at that point might be work a little bit harder, ask for more hours, do the best that you can do with your time, and then maybe tell the boss, hey, listen, I really want a couple more hours, and I'm going to try the best for whatever you need me, I'm here for. So you see how my decision at that point in time keeps me focused. By identifying the goal and the problem, I'm able to stay focused on what I want, rather than doing whatever I normally deal with it that is reckless, that might potentially get me in more trouble. So look at that list and see if you can relate to any of those. and I'll give you a couple of examples on of identifying the problem and the solution. For tonight's homework, I want you to make it personal. All right? Look at the situation that makes you uncomfortable, and then answer the questions in that worksheet. One of the questions is, what do you want to happen? That's the goal. What is not happening? That's the problem. And then the third and fourth question is, what you're feeling. So that's the problem. What you want to feel, which is the goal. So I just want you to fill that out because it will get you more comfortable of making it personal and understanding the importance of identifying the problem and the goal when a situation happens that make us uncomfortable. So I'll see you on day 3.